Emerald Physicians' philosophy is to have all our doctors and nurse practitioners be as independent as possible in their clinical decision making. We try to avoid interference from insurance companies or any other vested interests that may be trying to steer us in a particular clinical direction. We believe in total transparency in all our clinical interactions with our patients, and we give copies of all medical records to our patients at each and every visit. We have a full-time patient advocacy service for our patients. Our advocates can assist our patients in receiving free medication, assist families with developing a comprehensive plan of care, and help patients connect with services that are already available in the local community.
My name is Darlynne Selens. I've been the patient advocate here at Emerald Physicians since July of 2004. The advocacy program has grown by tremendous leaps and bounds, I think largely due to the fact that there is such a need out there for patients and their families to have their questions answered. Advocates here address any number of situations. It can be housing issues, an individual facing choices between do I pay for medication or do I cut back on my food? Do I not pay my electric bill? I mean, there's any number of things that they face. The advocates can try and provide useful information as to how they can ease those type of situations. I'm also encountering in this line of work quite a few of medical legal issues, trying to talk to patients and educate them about what a healthcare proxy is and why they need a healthcare proxy. It's a document that basically gives an individual the ability, the legal ability to make healthcare decisions for you in the event that you're unable to make your own decisions, either because you're under a particular type of illness or going into a surgery or you have a diminished capacity. The major point that I would want to get across to that is that's something that you need to address before you actually face a difficult situation or an emergency circumstance. There is nothing worse than when you have a discussion with an individual and the patient will say, well, I'll leave it up to my spouse or I'll leave it up to my children. They'll know what to do. People don't always know what to do. If you're a family member and you don't know how to approach your parents with that or your spouse with that, then there is another document out there. It's called 5 Wishes. And it actually is set up in a booklet form. I think the expense of a 5 Wishes book, I think, is somewhere $5 and under. And it has questions in there that an individual might face. And then you sit down and you write out, well, if this situation occurred, I would want this. And it gives you a list of choices. Or I wouldn't want that. I definitely wouldn't want that. Then these make the process easier for your spouse or your family in the event that you can't talk for yourself. We would all like to think that our family would know what we would want, but that's not always the case. A power of attorney is a document that is drawn up by an attorney, a durable power of attorney that gives an individual the ability to transact business on your behalf. That means to write out checks for you, to pay bills, to deal with legal situations that may occur in case you don't have the ability to speak for yourself or to be able to do that. So again, most individuals at some point should consider having a power of attorney, and it should be sooner rather than when they're in a crisis situation. I think a lot of people hesitate to do this because they think the cost will be tremendous. It's usually not. There is a website, it's National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, www.naela.com. And you can go to this website. It will have a listing of all the accredited elder law attorneys that are in your area. It has information on healthcare proxies, power of attorneys, reverse mortgages, wills, trusts, just any number of issues. All of us have fears, and I think it's natural sometimes to try and put difficult decisions off. Something that I face quite frequently, especially with some of our elder patients, is that they start to become more frail. What we could do is take a look at what are the different options available in the community that I could put together to help this person stay in their home for as long as they possibly can and be healthy and well supported. There's medical alarms that can be installed that the individual can press, and it activates the police and fire department. Home health aides, companions, there's transportation options available. If people want to know who they should call, I have all sorts of information in terms of what is available on the Cape, and it's actually quite extensive. This is a very proactive community. We've got a very aggressive, active elder services department on the Cape. The Council on Agings are among the best in the country at the senior centers, besides the traditional concept of they just go there to play cards. And I heard that from a 93-year-old that didn't want to go because they thought that only old people go to the senior centers, which I thought was amusing. But when I started to talk to them more about the different things that they had available there, it starts to open their eyes. They do have music programs, arts and crafts, exercise programs in place. They have dinner dances, meal programs, help with transportation. If people would just ask, I think that they might be surprised by what can be put in place to help them in their home. We sit down and take a look about what does this particular individual need. That's the whole point, is for somebody to be safe and happy and respect their dignity, and let's see if we can try and find a way to do that. We have people that in fact have been in hospice and it's been 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. The whole point is to try and get people help sooner and give them their options sooner so that they can have a better quality of life. And usually, especially with hospice, the thing that I hear over and over again from both the families and the patients is that they wish they had had them come in sooner, that they wish they hadn't waited so long. So again, if people have questions regarding these different documents, I'm happy to sit down with them, talk to them about it. There is no charge to come and talk to one of the patient advocates. It's a service that the medical director, Dr. Coyle, felt was important to have in place as something to help his patients.
Emerald Physicians, an evolving medical community with values you can trust.